Taxi vlog. 219. Yeah, I think it's 219. The days have been getting shorter since the 21st of June, and now we're 2 months into that, and so now I'm starting. The time is 8:30. I got a little bit of a late start. Yeah, things seem to be working out. I worked last Tuesday, and following the tradition of last week, I had a morning airporter at the end of my shift to save the night for me. So it worked out good. It worked out very good. Can't complain. So, I had my 2 days off, and I was finished my big negative project of making digital images out of the negatives, and discovered, the camera is slipping. And discovered that I had a bunch more negatives to copy. So I went and did those as well. Book. There we are. Now I should be booked on. Yes. First in the zone. So I had enough negatives to spend time last week and the next 2 days off putting them into the hard drive and having those images saved. Enough of my days off. Back to work. Friday. It went along pretty good on Friday, and the people seemed to be alright. I didn't have any problems from anyone. It was good. It was a little slow though, and I was having problems once again getting cleared in zones and getting a position sometimes, and the situation was deteriorating, and the day drivers were complaining, the day shift guys were complaining too, that things were not working out and that they were having problems, and so on and so on. Then I ended up the night somewhat disappointed, because it was on the slower side. Now, Saturday night I came out and it was smoking busy. Really, really busy, and it was one right after another, after another, after another. I even cleared in parts of town where I wasn't getting signals, but people were waving at me. And actually there was one time when I went out to the Western Communities and I was on my way back, and I only got a signal when I was coming past the hospital. I was only able to tell the system where I was coming in past the hospital, and it sent me back out to the 6 Mile pub. Now I went to the 6 Mile pub and I picked up these people. There were 2 guys left, and there was like a group of 6, so 4 of them went in the first cab and 2 of them went in my cab, and I didn't know where we were going. So I said, what do we do, follow that guy? And they said, yeah, you follow that guy. So we followed that guy, and he went over to Whale Road, and he took Whale Road to Goldstream. He took Goldstream to Veterans, and took Veterans up to the Log House. And I said, well, gee, isn't that the long way around? So $15.10 later, I got paid at the Log House pub. And just as I was leaving, one of the guys who had been in the other car flagged me down because someone had left a jacket back at the pub. So I took him there, and I said, well, we'll take the short way this time, and wouldn't you know it, it was $3 less going one way than following the other cab. So, you know, there are guys who say that they make a lot of money. Well, how do they make money? They rip off the public. So the guy looked for his jacket, or the girl's jacket that had left it there, and he didn't find it. So we took him back up to the log house and got paid for that. And then I came back in and kept working, and it was still busy, and then 3 o'clock, boom, there was nothing left. I think I had 2 calls between 3 and 6. Now, I was expecting to do really well the way things were going and how much money I had on by 2 o'clock, and by 3 o'clock I was going, yeah, we're having a great night, and then suddenly, boom, it sharply dropped off and there was nothing left. That was the Saturday. Now, Sunday comes along, and I talked to the owner, or one of the owner's brothers, and he said that he knows what the problem was. It's the antenna, and they have to replace the antenna and fix a wire, and so on and so on and so on. He says the car will go in the shop tomorrow. So what happens? The car went in the shop the next day, and it all worked out. Car goes in the shop, and then I came to work. After Sunday, yeah, okay, so Sunday night was nothing special. I made some money, it was good, it was great. Had an airport in the morning, which was just what I needed, and I digressed to get here because I'm so excited about the next part. The guy on day shift, he took the car into the radio shop on Monday, which was yesterday, and the car was there all afternoon, and they checked the antennas, and the antennas were fine, and they checked the MDT, and the MDT was fine, and then they checked the radio and found that there was a component in the radio that was making it so that the radio was having difficulty transmitting. And I had this kind of problem once before, years ago, and they just swapped the radio at our office and everything was fine. This time they ended up swapping the radio at the radio shop, and it's fine now, it works great. But I was at home yesterday, and I was not in a hurry to come to work. I just was not in a hurry. And then when I finally got ready to come out to work, Cindy had a problem with her computer. She was trying to get some CDs imported onto iTunes, and the super drive, or the disk drive on her computer, was not accepting disks. There was something wrong with it. I guess it overheated or something. So I played with that, and I got her files all imported, and by the time that happened, it took an hour. So I got to work an hour later than I usually get to work, and I usually get to work a couple hours late anyway. So it was a great surprise when I got to work. There was no fucking cab there. So I called the office to find out what they knew. And then I called the owner about 20 minutes later to find out what he knew. And then he had called the day shift guy, and the day shift guy came and replaced. He brought the cab back at 20 to 10. So that's almost 4 hours out of my shift, but I talked to the owner today, and I'm being compensated by getting some money off my lease, which is fine. He's being fair about it. Okay. I'm thinking that's reasonable. No problem. But the car wasn't there when I came to work. And so I was kind of upset, but okay. I made the most of it, and fortunately I got some good trips in the end of my night, or during my night. I didn't have an airport run, but I still made okay for a slow Monday night. And things worked out. I did fine. So then I went home in the morning and I went to BackFit, where I had my decompression done on my spine again. So they put you on this table and they stretch you out. And we had increased the pull now, so because I have strengthened my back quite a bit. So now we have strengthened the pull, and I'm going to get into the league of athletes when it comes to having a strong core. I'm doing some good progress on that. Then I had a realignment on my spine done by the chiropractor, and the guy is good. He's definitely good. My back feels wonderful now, and it should keep on feeling that way, because at this place where I go for my back, they have a holistic approach. They don't just crack your back. They talk about exercise and diet and nutrition and habits, and after an adjustment, you actually make sure that things get adjusted with weights and so on. It's hard to explain. I would really love to make a video of that place one day. I should ask, because it is fabulous. Maybe I will ask. Well, I guess this concludes Taxi Vlog 219. It's already getting dark out there. I hope yours is better than mine, and I suppose I'll get back to you next week. Bye.